cut a small load, just trying to trim around the edges of some of the fields, and just enough to try things out. So getting ready to put it up in the silo. I got the 40/30 unhooked from the hay cutter. I cut a bunch of hay yesterday and this morning. Got them all hooked up in there, and now I'm going to hook up to the silage wagon and bring it around. We'll see what happens. I'm going to let this down. And I got to back up and stop in just the right spot. Got to come back a little bit farther. Usually like stop pretty close to that. Yeah, we'll come back a shade. Now let's check inside the silo, see where it's coming down. Even Snoopy approves. There is trouble in paradise. For some reason or other, I don't know why. The pipe plugged up, so I had to shut everything down real fast. It might be because there was some long grass that, I don't know. got wedged up in there. I don't know, we'll just have to see. It looks clear at the top, but I'm gonna take it loose here and clean it out, and we'll get going again. But after I eat dinner. Yep, I've already pulled a lot out of there, out of this part. So a lot of times it just comes falling out from sitting if I just leave it. So, and there you go. Why it plugged up, we haven't any idea right yet. But the fact that it did plug up tells us that we're going to have to keep an eye on things in the future. We have to try to figure out why it did that. I guess that was all of that. But what could have caused it? Let's look up in here. Looks like it's clear all the way through. Straight shot. I'll finish pulling this out and see what's what. It's really wedged in there where I'm working at. You can hardly scrape it up. Might have to get like a big screwdriver or something and loosen it up, but that's really wedged in there good. Sometimes I hit it and just let it go down, but it's that's really packed. And plus it's easier to pull it out of here than it is after it falls, so I'll keep working on it. I got most of the silage pulled out of there. The silage was pretty wet. What I cut first thing this morning with dew on it, and it was kind of heavy. I guess I was just letting it go up a little too fast, discharging from out of the back of the wagon. So I guess the thing for me to do is I might grab one or two handfuls out of there, and then I'm going to start to blow her up without the pipe on, and then blow it out, hook the pipe back up, and finish unloading. I also think one factor is the surface rust on the inside of the blower, the metal parts, from sitting a couple years, made it so that the silage wouldn't slip past it quite as easily. So anyway, the theory. Got him bolted down. Well, the only thing that went wrong on that was the pipe clogging up and a small adjustable wrench getting blown up in the silo. But I guess I'll find it. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to use the 4010 to cut the silage. So. popped a couple of shear bolts, but I don't think it's anything too serious. I'm gonna wait till the dew is up tomorrow morning so the silage will be more, have some more moisture in it. Yep. Meantime, I gotta, ain't that something? That thing still turning. It's been about 5 minutes or so. Takes a while for that cutter head to stop. Gets a lot of momentum. So I'll come out and get some video of me cutting some silage tomorrow morning. Get you then. One of the things you got to do when you're filling a silo is as it starts to fill up, you keep adding doors. At least what I do. I keep a door open up there, and then as it gets full, bring one down and fill it up. Fill up the hole, the door. Let's see. Yeah. Got a good ways to go, but it's getting there. I'm not going to anywhere near fill it up this year, but it'll be some feed for the cattle. What do you think, Snoopy? Shouldn't we get out there and start cutting some? Don't want to look at the camera, feeling shy. Hey, Snoop. Hi. Yeah, you're a good boy, aren't you? Yeah, let's go cut some silage. All right. I'm going to add a little air to that tire this morning. It's kind of a heavy dew. That's good for getting more moisture on the silage, especially if the corn has started to dry a little bit. Last night I was able to tighten up some of these chains. They were incredibly loose. And that's the loosest one. The rest of them are, I'm almost afraid they're too tight. I'm going to throw some oil on there so it doesn't wear things too bad. And pretty sure I got enough fuel in here. I got to dry the seat off before I sit in it. Some of you guys might be wondering why I have these two fence posts, metal T-posts going down here. So I'm sure you know, you have figured it out, but I'm just going to tell you anyway. Well, I showed you before that shaft being twisted in there, and if that ever rung off with this thing under full power, I hate to think what the end of that shaft would do swinging around. This, even if it didn't hit somebody, it would do a lot of damage to a lot of stuff. So I figured if that shaft rings off, this will simply drop down here onto this little chain that I got on here, and it should just spin around, or it's better than nothing anyhow. You know, it would just spin around between these two fence posts, resting on that chain until I rushed over there and shut the tractor off. But at least that was the theory. I don't know. And it probably would work. I don't want to ever find out. But at any rate, there you go on that. I've got a few loads this morning. Everything's working pretty good. Did have one small slight breakage I got to weld up. I guess I'm gonna, it's time to stop for dinner right now. But this arm here I got to re-weld that, and I got to tid out some hay, so I'll probably take some time and do that after I eat, and then I probably won't cut any more today. Wait till tomorrow morning when the dew's up. Alright. I'm going to fill my gullet. Well, now I get to tid some hay with one of my favorite tractors, the 620. I always like to see the 620 parked next to the 3020. Very similar size. I often wonder what they do in a pulling contest. I know the 3020 has got more horsepower than the 620. The 620 got more lugging ability. Of course, we'd have to get them the same weight. We're gonna have to find out one of these days, won't we? Welded up. It should hold for enough days to get done anyway. So now it's time for supper. I'm getting ready to go in. Fixing to go in, as they say. I might come out and put this back on, but then I ain't gonna cut any more till tomorrow morning and get some dew on it. Anyway, catch you later. See ya. Well, it's finally happened. The old wagon structurally is, the framework is too deteriorated to handle a load of silage, and we had a breakage of this member here. It's nothing but angle iron back here behind the rear axle, and it's dropped the body down. As you can see, it's broken right there, and here is the other end of it. It's dropped the body down and shifted it over this way somewhat. Got a full load on there. So what I need to do is figure out how I'm going to be able to get it in position enough to unload this load so I can work on it. I've been jacking it up with one of these really safe, Good Housekeeping award-winning jacks, and try to see if I can get it up high enough. Then I may have to put another jack here when I'm unloading it. I'm pretty sure I can fit one in there. just to get it off so I can fix it the right way. But I got to get the silage off, so we're seeing what we can do. I'll update you. It looks like, in theory, if I have it jacked up there, it should be high enough that the drag chain can drag it back. And we're going to take it over, put it in position, and see. We'll find out. Is that high enough? I think I got to go a little bit more. Looks like it's kicking out some. I'm going to let it down and move the jack a little bit. Well, it's been quite a day. Had some, I would say, major issues with the wagon. I ended up getting it to where I could unload it. I had about 20 minutes of video that I recorded that for some reason it says it's unrecoverable or something. So you missed out on a lot of good stuff. But anyway, what I ended up doing was jacking things up. Had about 4 jacks and jack stands all around this thing, jacking up where the body had come down. And to fix it, I couldn't really fix the down here where it's actually broken. I said, this got this framework here that holds all this gearbox and everything. And I was able to, that's the dog. Billet, go on now, go on. Go on, Billet. I was able to cut out a piece of metal, 1/4 inch, and weld to this brace that runs down to the axle, and this brace here that holds this gearbox and all this on. And it's also attached in a lot of ways to the framework of the wagon, and the sheet metal and whatnot to hold things up. So I figured if I welded this on there, that would, well, I had a jack under a jacket in position and then welded this on there. I figured that would hold it. It seemed like it held up all right, but I had a lot of footage showing me doing all that. But I guess you just get the summary, that's all. At any rate, I got it where I can still bring some loads in. I got a couple more to put up there, and I'll update you if I'm able to recover that footage. I'll put it up sometime. But anyway, we got it now. This framework here is bent down, so I have to put jacks under here on each side to raise that up so that the paddles that are on this chain can come underneath of these cross members. So I guess I'll have to do that for the last several loads I put in there every time, but it isn't so bad. We're getting it done. That's the main thing. I don't know. Can you see the sky? It's kind of pretty. God's coloring book. Anyway. Alright. We got a pull tomorrow. I think I already mentioned that. So I gotta put a little fuel in the tractor, and I'm gonna go home, go in the house and try to do some editing and get this video up. Catch you later. See ya.